All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. You got the bio stocks yesterday. You wanted the AI stocks, so I have it for you. I have a comprehensive list of all of the AI stocks that have gone crazy this year so far. So I'm going to tell you right now, do I know all of them? No, and this list is absolutely insane. We are talking blue chip stocks, random stocks, and even today we learned a new phenomena. Even if you just have the letters A and I next to each other, you are an AI stock and it is going to move. So it's pretty wild so far. 2023 has already been insane for AI, and it's really just starting to look like the EV bubble and all of that. It is being talked about more than ever in financial news articles and everything. Again, this is what that chart's showing there, but it is getting pretty insane. So Chad, I have a list. We're going to go big names, small names, then the ETFs, but post them in the chat because, like I'm saying, this list is wild, and I would not be surprised if you start hearing everybody, if you haven't already heard, everybody's just going to start throwing AI this, AI that. So let's get it, Chad. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Let me know. I don't know. Do you believe in the AI stocks? You tell me, but as far as today, though, I'm going to make this simple because we are about to kick off the bank earnings tomorrow. That's going to be a very, very big deal. But why did we go up today after having this pretty positive negative CPI reaction yesterday? It was because the PPI, the producer price inflation, or the price of inflation or price of goods for producers, it dropped dramatically. It came in at 2.7%. This is on the headline number, but the last month came in at 4.6, and they even revised that higher to 4.9, but this is a massive drop. This drop is literally bigger or just as big as the drop we saw in PPI in 2020 during the pandemic. So that's why we went up. That's what fueled a lot of the rally here, and now we wait for the bank earnings tomorrow, the rest of the earnings next week, and then you're going to have pals. So let's see what happens, Chad. But let us get into the AI stocks. But first, run it, baby.
Working to the couch, it's the 2020 last shit. Live in the hills, but still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it.
So right off the bat, I just want to start off with why we're making this video, okay? It is because we made a play today on IDAI. I bought this in the morning, like literally 1 minute after the bell. Got 300 shares at $3.20, but by the end of the day, we were able to sell out of it for like $5.93. It was like an 800% profit. I only put in $1,000, but this was the most unsophisticated trade ever. And what I mean by that is the reason why I bought it is because it simply had a run in tandem yesterday. Here it is. You can see that candle there. It was coming off the bottom, but it was running with this stock right here, Guard Force AI. This is an AI name, GFAI. We saw it moved. It had a weird move end of the day yesterday. It opened up down. I said, why not? Let's take a $1,000 gamble. And then it started to go a little crazy. And again, none of this is a recommendation. I'm just going over all the stocks, telling you what I did with this. I already sold out of it, but it made a crazy move. But one thing we noticed throughout the day, all of these other companies started running, like MARPI. I have no idea. Is it MARP AI? But MRAI, this had a very similar run, 100%. Again, they kind of even made moves yesterday. There was CXAI. This one went like 300, 400%. What was the other one? I think that was it. Again, if I'm missing it, post that there in the comments. And really now, where did this all start from? Because this one's kind of recent, and you can see how some of these have moved. This is like the second level of the hype per se, because it really started with AI. Now, some people consider this like a big name AI. Again, I'm going to go over the blue chip names that are AI related like we've been hearing a lot. A bunch of different people and companies have been announcing that they're getting into it. But AI here, this one, it's kind of in the middle. I think we traded this IPO. We had free shares. There was a lot of hype behind it in general, but it kind of started with AI in general. They didn't get too much of the run today, but if you remember, there was other names like BBAI. If you remember a couple of weeks ago when the AI stuff first started, they already had their run. ton, even like Sound. I still hold my shares from earlier. We're still in this one. That was another one. I think there was one other's name that we're missing, or maybe I'm just going crazy because Sound is the only one without AI in the ticker. So that's one way of the phenomena. Again, how I feel about these AI stocks, I mean, I think it's good to trade. This might be the next bubble, but a lot of it may, or it's probably most likely going to be like the EV stuff. There's only going to be a few winners, but in the early stages, there's going to be a lot of hype, and honestly, you do not know when the music is going to stop. But these are all the small cap names, but now let's talk about the bigger cap names. If you look at any AI stocks or go see who is getting involved, you'll notice a lot of bigger names are being brought up. And now Adobe, this is one of them. A lot of people are bringing up the graphics elements of AI and how they can incorporate that into subscription services and all of that stuff. But this is one of those blue chip names. Another one, obviously, Google, and they even dropped. Remember, this earlier in the year, this was after their earnings. They had the pop, they held up for a couple of days, and then they had that presentation about AI, and it was a total flop, and they had their worst 2 weeks since 2009. So they're coming back up, but this is one of those bigger mega cap blue chip names that is involved with AI. Even Amazon this morning, they actually even made an announcement saying that they're doing stuff with, is it regenerative or generative AI? But they announced that they're doing stuff along those lines. They are considered, and they're even part of the cloud. And even speaking of which, another name, you guys have seen us trade this. We've hit some crazy option plays on it, but ANET, this is even mentioned as an AI name too, and there's just a lot of different elements of how big this goes. So however you want to get involved in it, however you want to play it, I mean, I feel like these are the hype plays. There's some that are longer term investments, more blue chip names. I mean, like we're seeing, it's a big trend. How it's going to last or how it holds, compare that to AI or NFTs or EVs, whatever you want. But we'll see how that all ends up playing out. But like I'm showing you, these different names are being brought up in the mix. Another one, Microsoft, obviously, they've got it. What's the ChatGPT integration with Bing? And that's the new thing, and that's why also Google saw a couple of losses early on because it was competition to search. So that's another one. But now NVIDIA is what I was talking about a little bit earlier here, where there's all these outside effects from AI that are being created. And NVIDIA, don't forget their last earnings. This is all 2023. It's the crazy part about all of this. But their last earnings, they said, yeah, well, even though the like crypto and the mining and we're not making as much there, or in gaming, our AI segment, people are selling more chips for AI. I think even Micron, I don't have it up here, but that's another one mentioned. And then Baidu, these are the Asian names you've heard about. They were like kind of early on in it. They said they're coming out with their own chat GPT in China. Recently, the Chinese government said they're clapping down on it a little bit. So that's where you get a little bit of the reaction. But them and Baba, these are also some of those bigger names involved with AI. So hopefully you're seeing the difference. Like I'm saying, you got to make up your mind. I'm just giving you the info right now, but let's end it with the ETFs. There's also ETFs. Now, these ones are a little different. Some of them, you got to go see what they are holding, and obviously they're going to rebalance. Like, I don't know if these ETFs contain these random names with just AI in them that have ran up recently, but there's a lot of different ETFs, but some of them do go into like other topics, aka robotics and even transportation. You'll see what I'm talking about, but the first ETF for AI, as you see, it even says robotics in the title. It is BOTZ, bots. So it's been doing good. I mean, it looks like a lot of growth stocks. Like, looks like they're kind of outperforming. I don't know. Does it look like the news trends a little bit, maybe more or less, but this is an ETF. I think they hold around like 80 stocks, but again, that's on you to go verify and look into that one. But bots is one of them. The other one is Robo, ROBO, Global Robotics and Automation Index ETF. So again, you're going to hear about robotics a lot. They look pretty much the same than IRBO. This is the iShare Robotics and AI Multi-Sector ETF. And then ARC, they even have one, ARC-Q. It's autonomous technology and robotics, but this is the one I believe that is focused more on transportation. So as you see, there's many different ways to get into AI. I think we're going to hear about it a lot more, and there's going to be a lot of other different plays, but the real question is who's going to be the real winner, who will become the losers, how long does it last? But in the meantime, I think we're going to be worrying about a lot of other stuff here with the market, but you never know, and maybe this could be an area where people focus on if the market is volatile and people want to kind of do other things like we brought up with the biotechs. Maybe this is what we see there. So Chad, let me know what you think. I am expecting some contribution. I feel like some of y'all are way more hyped on AI than I am, so I want to see, but it was already wild in general. You know, we talked about this. I wanted to see. I gave you the biotech video. Let's see what you guys do with this, but I'll see you tomorrow live. Let's close it out for Friday, and again, it's all about the bank earnings. I did make a gamble on the bank earnings. I did PNC. That's a regional for tomorrow. I was about to end the video there, but might as well just get you ready for tomorrow. I added a biotech. We flipped the futures. I'm still actually holding one now. I started recording. I think the futures, did they open up yet? They're about to. I'm up like $12 on it now. We were down at the bell, so that's good. But I'm really playing the banks. I closed my JP Morgan for the pre-earnings run-up, holding PNC. I shorted Wells Fargo. There was news after hours that they are going to be getting a matter of immediate attention notice tomorrow, but they were going to move. We'll see how that plays out, but all in all, it's going to come down to how do these banks perform. Oh, yeah, and I shorted the 2-year. We're going to see. I shorted only one of them, but I think that is going to be a perfect hedge. But I talked about it on stream. We'll see tomorrow. I'm just getting in. I was gonna end it. So I love you. I will see you in the morning. But that's it. That's your watch list. Let me know what you think. This was kind of like an awkward ending, I think. Okay. All right. I love you. Bye.